It is important that every young person has someone they look up to. Mentorship has become the order of the day. We are happy about that. But how many young people are making themselves available for mentorship? How many mentors are available to mentor the young women or men or young people who are willing to be mentored? Today we'll be looking at the importance of mentorship, how mentorship or mentoring has helped people to become who they are today, and how all of us can take advantage of mentorship to grow in every aspect of our lives. I am Martha Spice. Let's take a breather. We'll be back to start.
My name is Sule Barika. I'm from Yawoko community. We came here for the Lead Decide program in collaboration with the Plan Ghana. As we came here, we learned a lot. We learned about self-determination.
My name is Mahama Dorita. I come from Guablaga. I came here for the Lead Decide program. And when I came here, I learned a lot of things. Things like I learned how to determine myself, know my weakness and strength. And I really appreciate and say thank you to Mata Inspire Foundation.
My name is Faisal Faiza. I'm from Gbanu community. We came here to learn about self-determination and self-weakness.
And due to that, we learn about our strengths and weakness points, what we know, what we like, and what we dislike in order to help other people. So thank you, Mata Inspires Foundation.
Welcome back from the break. Like I said earlier, we'll be looking at the importance of mentorship, how all of us can take advantage of mentorship to become better people, because there's always something new to learn, there's always something special to learn, and all of us can take advantage of that. I'll be speaking with Mercy Suguri Akaluti. She's a medical lab scientist, and Cynthia Kuyole, also a communication student at the Tamale Technical University, right?
Yes.
Mercy was a former WUCOM for UDS as well, and then we are glad that now she's out of school and she's helping to save lives. That's the most important thing. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
So straight to the point, mentorship. I believe that all of us have been products of. First of all, let's look at mentorship. We've had people that have mentored us. How has that been for us? Do you think that mentorship is something that we should welcome? Mercy.
Thank you very much, Mata. I personally think mentorship is something everybody should welcome in their life and everybody should avail themselves for. I personally think mentorship is a very important component of us. Personally, when I was WUCOM for UDS Tamale campus and I was about to vie for my position, I was looking for someone I could always go to talk to guide me through the process. Because I had a passion and I knew that when I'm given the opportunity, I can make a change and a difference. But sometimes it gets tough because of the challenges you face. And I looked around and I realized I didn't have a lot of people around me. So I was able to get my elder sister on board, who was able to mentor me throughout the process. And when I got into office, I noticed that that is something that we are lacking as young ladies. If we have great or good mentors around us, the issue of females not coming up for leadership roles can be something of the past. So we picked it up, we rolled out, we tried the Female Leadership Mentorship Academy, and it was a success. Then a lot of people embraced it, and we had a lot of success stories. people through that have been able to get interventions in their personal lives and a career and as a student. So mentorship is something everybody should embrace. I can give you an example of a video I saw on social media that gives a clear example, a clear reason why everybody needs a mentor in her life. It's about a sports person who was running, and the moment the person was about to fall, the mentor was there to carry the person back, and he continued the race to the finish. So a mentor is someone like that by you, who when you're about to fall, picks you up, carries you, guide you, then you're able to finish successfully. So we all need mentors.
Cynthia, mentorship, how has it been for you?
Yeah, it's really been good having a mentor in my life. Actually, when I was getting into school, it was always my sister that was there for me and some of my friends outside. But when I got into school, I was then introduced to Swida by our Wukom. She's now from our Wukom. That's Belinda. It was through her that I got to know Swida. And being with them, it has really been helpful for me. During my entry, like when I entered into first year, I had the vision of becoming a school leader, either being the departmental place or the whole school SRC. So I spoke to a friend of mine that I believe in him so much. He's a bit more than me, so I spoke to him that these are my plans, so what can you say about it? And he said, oh, it's a good idea, but I wish you go into the departmental level for now. When you are able to succeed in that, then you can go higher. So I entered into the departmental level. God being so good, I was the only one that vied for the position. That was the women's commissioner, and I had it. When I had it, my mates that were there supporting me, saying, oh, you go into it, will help you when you have challenges or whatever. When I had the position and I wanted to organize a program, they all backed off. Like I didn't have anyone to support me at then. But God being so good, Belinda introduced us to Swida. That was International Women's Day. We all joined at the auditorium after a little discussion. Then I joined Swida as a volunteer. So that was how I started. I joined them as a volunteer. Then I started speaking to Madam Khadija. I took her as my mentor for a while. Even though she's still mentoring me as I speak, I always speak to her. Any plan that I have, before I execute that plan, I have to speak to her. Oh, this is what I want to do. It came to a time I was disappointed and I just felt like I can't do it anymore. So I called her one day. I said, oh, I've sent letters around and there's no one helping me. So I think for this program, it will not happen. So I want to draw back. And she said, Cynthia, no, don't draw back. You don't have to. Where you've gotten to, you cannot turn back. If you do that, it means you have failed. And for me, like she said, I'm there for you. So don't be disappointed in people not turning up to help you. So that was a word of encouragement for me, which helped me in my tenure of office. Like, it was really marvelous. My first program that I organized was an educational seminar, which I had a chance of...
So we'll come back to the activities that you've organized, but I just wanted to find out from your journey. So it seems that at first you didn't really have anyone you look up to, but now there is someone or some people that you look up to, so you were able to now stand on your feet.
Yes.
So from the mentee perspective, what were some of the things that made you to think that you need a mentor?
Actually, when you are when you are there and you don't have somebody that you speak to, somebody to encourage you, somebody to motivate you in life, you feel like you are always backwards. You don't move forward in life. So when I got a mentor, I was able to execute some of my dreams or the plans I had in life. So it really helped me in that way. Yes.
Mercy, from the mentor perspective, even before you became a mentor, you had been a mentee.
Okay.
But now, being a mentor, how does it feel like? One, how are you also able to give out the information? Is it stressful being a mentor?
Yes. For a fact, it's stressful being a mentor. Owing to the fact that you have your personal life and your career things on your own to take care of, and you also have mentees to take care of. Being part of the Mentorship Academy organized by SWEDA, each mentee is entitled to at least 6, each mentor is entitled to at least 6 mentees. And these people, we are supposed to interact with them on a personal level to be able to understand them and help them come out from their shells and be who they want to be. So it's a really stressful journey. Some of them don't really understand the essence of mentorship, and they don't really know how to take advantage of it. But we make sure that before you become part of it, we organize an orientation where we orient them.
Yeah.
But human beings as we are, there will
Some
still be
will
some who
still-
will fall short of it. Yes, so it's a stressful journey, but it's been exciting for the fact that you are giving back to society, and the fact that you are helping others to become better versions of who they are. It's really satisfactory. It's exciting.
What are some of the things that you think that mentees do that is not appropriate?
Okay. There are a couple of things they do. Some of them I think is because they have not been exposed, and some of them too, I think they look at their mentees, their body structure, and they be like, this person, can he be my mentor? They just look at your body. But mentors mentor with experience. They are people who have lived the life, and they are able to guide you through that life. It's because of experience and what they have achieved that makes them qualified to be able to mentor you. Not just the body structure, but you look at your colleague, your mentor who looks smallish, and you think the person does not have much to offer you. Yes. Some of them too is the communication. As I said, it
They've
might
not
be
been
due
exposed,
to...
so sometimes
Yeah.
they even text you and you're like, oh my goodness,
Yes.
why should they write
should you-
something like
yes.
this to you?
You are a mentee, and the first time you are chatting or you are trying to get in touch with your mentor, you just say hi. And that is it. You don't even introduce yourself or let the person get to know you so that the interaction can flow. So communication has been a thing, and I think probably it's from their exposure. But as time goes on, as the mentor, you guide them on some of these things, and they do pick up.
From the mentee perspective, why do you sometimes feel, have you had that feeling that where you meet someone that someone recommends that, okay, I think that you want mentorship in this area? You know, one mistake we think is that if you think a mentor, or you need one mentor for everything in your life, no, you need different mentors for different things.
That's true.
I have different mentors even for the media, even being a TV presenter. I have people that I look up to. As I'm an author, I have people that I look up to in that as well. I have an NGO, I have people that I look up to, or even my personal life, certain things I want to watch. I have different mentors in that perspective. But there are times that, like you said, you somebody calls you and like, okay, I want you to mentor me. They meet you, and from their
feeling changes.
expression, the energy they had when they spoke to you over the phone reduced, because they are seeing, oh, Martha inspires a little girl with some small body somewhere. Do you sometimes feel, sincerely, let's be sincere, do you sometimes see your mentor and you feel like, ugh, are you sure you are the one?
Yes. Actually, I had a personal encounter with that with Madam Janet. When I entered, like when they started the Female Leadership Academy, when I joined The mentor I was given to was Madam Janet. For her surname, I can't really mention it, so I don't just want to wait. She's working at Comfort, Ghana. She trimmed her hair. She's very slim and smallish as well. So I called her and said, oh, madam, please, are we meeting today? She said, yes. So she said, oh, I'll wait for you at Tattoo. So you come there, I'm around this place. So I got there, she was sitting there. Oh. I just ignored the person sitting there. I took my phone, then I called. I saw her answering the call, and I said, oh, this is Cynthia. Madam, please, where are you? I said, oh, I'm the one sitting under the neem tree. Then I moved towards her and I greeted. Actually, like the way I saw her, she was very small. I said, hey, I thought it was somebody big, fat. So that was my personal encounter. Apart from that, when we met, our colleagues were supposed to come and join us over there. They said they couldn't come, so we have to drive to Nyankwala campus. We got there. I was the one doing the calling. I was calling them. When they came, we just started talking as if we knew each other. That was my colleague mentees. So we're just interacting. Then one said, but Cynthia, you said you are coming with the mentor. Where is she? Then Madam Jenny said, oh, she's on her way coming. She's now coming. Then I said, oh, okay. Then let's wait for her. She's not yet in. You were just calling me like that. So I didn't say anything. The second person came, the same reaction. Just because she was smallish, and at the same time, she trimmed her hair. So she was now looking
like
baby.
one of you.
So that was the kind of encounter that
I think
we
she
had.
was just doing that to see how all of them would want to react.
So personally, I didn't react because I was lucky I met her first because I was the one communicating to her. So the rest didn't know, and for them, they just spoke anyhow. But I don't know inwardly how she felt, but she didn't react in any way. She just said, okay, you are all in, so I'm your mentor. Come and see their faces. They were surprised to know that she's our mentor just because of her body stature. So we met and she interacted with us.
Do you think that it was fruitful? It has been fruitful, regardless of however she looked.
Yes. She was really helpful to us. The first meeting that we didn't even regard her, or like we just saw it. That first meeting, she told us that always have something that motivates you, like always have something that pushes you up, like no matter where you are coming from, don't just look down upon yourself. While she was talking, one lady, Gusi, actually I can't pronounce it.
Go ahead, you don't have to mention names.
She started weeping. She started weeping because according to her story, where she was coming from and the kind of illness she was having, and adding that to school and friends, like they were mocking her in some way. When Madame just spoke, just the first meeting, the lady
dawned on her,
yeah, she was weeping. So,
but do you think it's our society's perspective when we say a mentor, you necessarily think somebody who is older? Mercy mentioned something about experience.
Yeah.
Somebody can be experienced in a particular field than somebody who is even older.
Yes.
And about years ago, I think Hikmat's League of Young Female Leaders, she also had this thing. I was one of their mentors, and at a point I realized that I was mentoring somebody who was actually older than me in age.
Okay. Yeah.
But she was still in the high school, and I was already in the university.
It does happen.
So later, when I found out, she was like almost 2 years older than me. Then later on, I wanted to tell her, then someone said no. When you let her know that you're older than her in age, she loses the respect and she'll lose the value you have to offer, and she needs it.
Yes. That's true.
So everybody watching us today should understand that being a mentee or having a mentor doesn't mean that you have to be lower than the person. there are people that I really look up to that are, according to age, I can say I'm either older than them or they are my colleagues.
Okay.
Now, as a mentor, you've mentioned one way that's mentee to that's how they text,
Yeah, the communication.
the
aspect.
communication.
Yeah.
Some too probably will see you like in her case and think that it's not you. Some too are not able, even after you even teach them the communication, how to approach things. There are times that they relate with you in a very bad manner.
Okay.
People don't know how to relate with people.
Yeah.
And that is our greatest challenge. That the fact that somebody is cool with you, somebody is building a vibe with you. I keep saying that, know your limits.
Your limits. That's very true.
So you have a mentor. The mentor might come and play with you, even play football with you. Then you now think that the mentor is not now your co-equal.
Yes.
And you talk to the mentor in a certain way.
Yeah.
That is not appropriate. What can we do? Does those things turn you off?
It will definitely turn people off. I think that is an individual behavior perspective.
Okay.
Yes. Some people are able to handle it really well. They give the mentor the respect, and they are able to respect those boundaries. But others too are not able to. So I think it's individual behavior perspective. Yes. What can we do with such people? It's a behavior thing. So you can try mentoring the person in that aspect. If it is something that you can't handle or it puts you away in the mentorship process, you can refer the person to someone who can handle or mentor the person in terms of behavior. Yes.
And one other thing that I've observed, I'll come back to that, but I want us to take a break. We'll be back.
Books by Pastor A.L. Fant. They are inspired by the Holy Spirit, simple to comprehend, relevant in application, and so lovely to read. Grab copies like Dynamics of Kingdom Influence, Dynamics of Ministry, Mark is King for Church Workers, Money Matters, and she calls herself a woman. This marriage must work. No more curses. Loaded mouth. Secrets of kingdom dominion. The exploits of service. Things fall apart. Church without bleeding pulpit. Singles mingle, and many more.
Welcome back to the Reflection Show, helping us to understand that we all need someone by our side. We all need to be able to learn a thing or two from somebody, despite age, despite whatever. We need mentors in our lives. We need people that can help us grow. And not just because, oh, who is this person? Oh, who is that person? We always need somebody by our side. Now, to the biggest question I always ask myself, do you think that mentorship has helped us genuinely before you became a mentor? Has it helped you in any way?
Before I became a
mentor, yeah. Do you think that mentorship is helpful and it's something we should continue?
Yes. Mentorship is very helpful, as I said in my introductory statement. Everybody needs someone. You need someone in your life to help you grow at every stage of your life. And as you mentioned, we all need mentorship for particular aspects of our lives. I had just my sister to mentor me in every aspect of my life. But when I came to school and I wanted to be a leader, my sister is someone who is not really out there like that. So she is not someone who is exposed in the student politics dynamics. So I had to look for someone else who could mentor me in that aspect, who has experience in that aspect. And it was successful for me.
Okay.
So it's really necessary and important for everybody to have a mentor. And as I mentioned, thanks to Swida Ghana, which enrolls Female Leadership Mentorship Academy every year, we are currently in the 3rd edition. Through that, a lot of young ladies have been able to get interventions. One, for instance, is a young lady, I can't remember the name, who had a passion of going into agriculture, but she didn't have someone to speak with or to help her in the process and all. But through the mentorship, she met a mentor who guided her and encouraged her, and they were able to acquire a land. And as I speak with you, the lady is into vegetable production.
Nice.
And it's really helpful. There are other people, and our mentors are from a wide range of cultures and regions. We even have mentors from outside the country, from the US. So these young ladies were being mentored by one of our mentors from outside. And she noticed that the students are really ready and willing to learn. But one thing hindering them is that they are from poor homes and they don't have laptops or smartphones to help them to study.
I saw that,
Yes, and she, from her personal coffers, was able to gather money and gave her mentees laptops to help them in their studies. Yes, and others too, through the mentorship, have been linked to NGOs by their mentors to improve their lives, and they have job opportunities. So this mentorship process is very helpful. If you have a mentor and there's something going on somewhere that is beneficial to you, you will definitely be the first person to know about it. So it's very good to have a mentor.
Yeah, and I think that it's also the role of the mentees. I remember when we were doing the graduation, I was a mentor for the second cohort as well, and I'm also a mentor for the 3rd cohort. And they were asked to say something interesting about their mentors, and everybody was saying something nice, and then and at a point I heard someone say, oh, their mentor, they didn't really like, because I've met different people, and I've seen that at the end of the day, when you ask those who were saying something nice about their mentors, they played a role.
That's very true.
Look, and some say, oh, their mentors were chasing them and and they were able to. At the end of the day, they were also available for their mentors.
That's true.
I have mentored, let me say, different categories of people. Somebody who will be on your neck, ready to learn. I remember there was somebody who was like, okay, Matter Inspires, if there's anything that you want me to do, always call on me. And there's one person who calls me and says, are you at the office? And I'm like, yes. He's like, okay, today can I come around? She comes around and she wants to help.
Work.
Is there something I can do for you? If you are the mentor, which of them are you going to give privileges to?
Of course, the one who avails.
But somebody
herself.
says, because I cannot always be able to say that, okay, I'll call you, because sometimes it's
you get so busy.
You get so busy, and by the time you remember to call them, you can do that thing by yourself. Or so there was a day I called one of them and said, okay, I need you. I was in production. I need you your help or what. And the person was like, okay, I'll be there. I didn't hear from the person
the whole day.
The person never said anything. I saw the person later on. The person was like, oh, my mother sent me to go and just like, why didn't you communicate?
Yeah.
And there was a day I called another person that, okay, I want to do something in the morning before the production, so come and help me cook. This person was somebody who does catering or whatever. So I wanted to come and help me as cook.
Yes.
For the team. Okay. Then later on, I can probably advertise her and say that whatever. True. But I didn't tell her. This person never. By the time she called around 10 a.m. and she was like, she overslept. I was like, what do I do? I'm like, okay, sorry, I've heard you. And she's like, okay, any day you need me. And she asked, okay, so are you still around? I was like, yeah, we are still around. If you are someone who really needs to help, you would not even call, you will rush and come and say you overslept, but you are here.
That's true.
So I think that the mentees also have a role to play. Yes. If you know what I do and you know that I'm at the office from Monday to Friday, and you have some days off, you don't tell me that call me if you want me to do anything for you.
Yeah.
You can say that, but also make the effort.
The effort is very necessary.
And come to the office.
Yes.
There is no way you come to the office, you find anything to do. There's no way.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when you come to the office, even if I'm not working, there'll be others doing something. You can just sit
Yes.
and just
learn from, yeah.
learn from them. I know people that I probably I've worked with who probably didn't even know how to do a PowerPoint presentation. I
Okay.
didn't teach them.
Okay.
But when they came to the office, others who knew,
They got to learn that.
they got to learn from there. So now there are certain places I go. I don't prepare my presentations myself. I tell people, you know, in the village communities, you don't need a projector. You only
Okay.
need to prepare your presentation. So I tell my team that, okay, I want to do something on, let's say, public speaking. I put my points down,
Okay.
put the presentation together. I have to teach one person.
Yes.
That is how you put my presentation. If you are putting a presentation, let's say if I'm talking about, I can tell you that, okay, slide 3 or slide 4, I want to put down characteristics of, let's say, a good public speaker.
Okay.
You can go online and put the characteristics down for me
Okay.
in my presentation. Then when I pick it, I can able to do a presentation.
Yeah.
When you are doing that, you are learning.
That's very
Yes.
Also, if you come and they are putting my presentation, you sit with them. You are learning one, and you're also learning how to put a presentation together for someone. That is a skill you will not acquire.
Yeah.
But someone will sit in the house and be like, okay, if you have any work for me, call me. I don't do that. Because sometimes you can't even tell the work you do in a day.
true. Yes. Some work just comes.
Some work just comes. But look, sometimes I can say that this week I want to do this. It gets to Wednesday and I've not actually done up to 10% of what I said I
planned.
want to
Yeah.
do. New things keep coming up every week.
Yeah.
But when you have extra hands, you can delegate.
Yes.
So the mentees, why are you like that? why is it that sometimes you take certain things for granted? You get too familiar. And me like this, that has been my greatest issue. People get too familiar with me. I'm a sanguine by temperament, so I usually get to play with people.
Okay.
But why do you get too familiar with your mentors? Does it help?
In some way, it helps so that you'll be able to learn. You don't feel afraid.
I use the word too familiar.
Yes, too familiar. It depends on who you are.
Okay.
You, the mentee, it depends on who you are. If you know you are someone, when you get so familiar with somebody and you don't actually learn what the person is about to teach you. Right now, as we speak, I have a mentor who is mentoring me. I knew her earlier, like I didn't even know she would be my mentor one day. But I've not called her to communicate, like, because I knew you before you became my mentor, like I'll call you and we'll be talking. I left that gap because I want to learn something from her. I've not been so close to her like that. Not because I don't want to be close to her, but because I want, when she's teaching me, I'm somebody like when I'm very, very close to you, it looks like you don't really want to learn, or like what the person is teaching you, you are using it to joke.
That's what I'm saying. If you get too familiar with the person.
So you have to, as a mentee, you have to know your level of jokes, your level of studying. So when you are being given to a mentor, like actually for them, those that do that, I can't really tell.
Yeah, but you are able to know your limits. With your
I know my
mentor
limits. I know my limits. That is why I knew her. Like I said, I organized a program, and Madam Khadija introduced me to her, and she came and spoke in my program. Apart from that, we've been working. Like when they are having a drama, they are having some kind of program, they invite. Like we go to places together. But when I got to know her, she's now my mentor. I just gave some kind of
There are some
distance.
mentees who will call you and ask you for money.
No, why? I've
had that before. Sometimes you even go to a school to just have a talk. Oh, I've had that a lot of times.
Okay.
I just go to a school to have a talk and they take my number. So that's why I had to get a different number for. So when I go out and you ask for my number, I give you that number. Not my personal number. unless some people who struggle, like I don't know where they'll go and get my personal number from. Then they'll say, some will say, oh, that they want to into this. Some will say, like, and sometimes I remember somebody even called me one time. She was like, she wants me to. She said she wants me to borrow her money. And I'm like, what for? She wants to go and make her hair.
No, then
And
she's
she was
not
like,
like serious.
She'll
Like,
get it back to me at the end of the month.
Wow.
I just
She
said
takes
I
salary,
can't.
huh?
I just said I can't help because on what grounds? You know, and when you do that, one they won't pay back. Are you going to ask them for the money? It's going to destroy that relationship.
Yeah, but I think if they are to ask for money, it should be for a personal and genuine concern.
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
like your
No.
school fees.
Someone will say, please, madam, send me data. Yes, I get that WhatsApp a lot. Please,
no,
madam, send me
then
data.
then they are not really into the mentorship.
I
Like
think
they
it's the
came-
orientation that is not at Soda Ghana they give that kind of orientation but I think people just see you and say I want you to be my mentor. They'll come for like 1 or 2 sessions. And me, I can be very straight when I'm mentoring because
You
if
have
you want
to.
to be very lenient, look, they are not going to learn.
Yes.
And they'll make it look like I was even saying that this lady is my mentor, but I didn't even see what she even taught me. You hear such comment because you are too lenient.
Lenient with
Yes.
them,
But you need to put certain standards in place.
yeah. That's
Yes.
very true.
I remember on a particular mentorship staff, I was like, when are we meeting? Then nobody was saying anything, and somebody came and said they are having exams, and I said, okay, they should let me know when they are having exams. Then days later, somebody comes on the page and says that the page is too quiet. Madam Martha, please say something. Yes. I went on the page and I was like, I went to highlight the
previous
and I was
message.
like, I asked you people when you be free, so you have exams. Am I the one who's supposed to come? I don't know your timetable.
That's very true.
Whether you are having exams or not. Then somebody was like, okay, they are sorry. How many of them have? Look, at this point, your mentor shouldn't be running after you to
you,
mentor you.
yes.
You see, when you do that as a mentor, it looks like you don't have anything doing. And maybe you want to prove that you have someone to teach. So at first, I used to like do that. I want to rush over them. I want to call you. How are you doing? But now, if I'm your mentor, thank God you want to learn from me. But if I try 1, 2 and you are not, I don't
You're not
push
availing
myself because
yourself.
me now, my time is not enough for me.
That's very true. So at Sweda Ghana, that is what one thing we actually emphasize on,
Yeah.
and we make sure that as a mentee, it's a requirement
Yes.
for you to participate in the orientation.
Yes.
It's through this orientation we let you understand what is expected of you as a mentee and how to get the best out of the mentorship relationship. Yes. So it is very true what you're
Yeah.
saying.
But we too, we really have to learn as a mentee. Like, we need to learn how to be respectful, let me put it in that way, and then know our limits. Like I said, you knowing someone already and the person being your mentor doesn't give you the guarantee that you call the person anytime, maybe late in the night, you text anyhow.
No, even
like,
the call, if it's like once a while where you are depressed or you are sad and you want someone to talk, that's fine.
Yeah.
But not become like a habit.
just
where-
call,
Like
"Mother, I
your
want to
regular
greet- I want to
Yes.
greet you. 9 p.m. you are calling to greet.
There are some of the mentors I have. It can get to 3 months. I haven't spoken to them. Not because I don't need anything. So there are times that even on their social media handles, I'm learning something.
That's true.
If
Because
I
of the
start
things they
a
post.
school or a new journey, I tell them, oh, I want to inform you that maybe I've started school, I'm studying this, and I just inform them. When I'm having an issue, I don't even call them most often. I send a message, oh, I'm going through ABC. What time would it be convenient for us to have a conversation? You know, you have to ask your mentor
Yes.
what you need to learn. Then they can now get time. Some people will call you 10 times if you don't pick, and they just, oh, madam, I'm calling to greet you. And they act like it's an emergency. So the mentees, you have a lot to really learn.
Yes.
So your mentor is not your friend.
Yes.
Your mentor is not your parent or your guardian.
Yes.
Your mentor is not I don't know how to put it, like someone who fulfills your needs,
Yeah.
your
That's
financial
what I agree.
needs.
Yes.
Your mentor can help you, but as I can imagine, probably if those girls had called and said, oh, madam, give us laptops, if not we can't have the Zoom meetings with you, she won't
She
mind
wouldn't,
them.
Yes. Yes.
but probably their character and however, you see,
And participation
yes,
in the whole
yeah.
process.
you are not entitled. I think we have this entitlement mentality. You are not entitled to anything from your mentor.
Yeah.
Everything you get is a privilege.
Yes.
So each and every one of us can become a mentee at any
Yes,
point in
yeah.
life. So all these ideas we are sharing is helpful to each one of us. So the moment you get someone you think he or she is experienced in a particular field and will be able to help you, you should also be ready to learn. You should be ready to humble yourself and learn in the process. You should also always know that they are busy people.
Yeah.
Anybody you take as your mentee is a busy person. They have their personal life. They have their social
They
life.
might even have
They
other
their
mentees they are
They also
mentoring,
have,
not just
or
you.
they also have mentors they
yeah.
have to make time for. So you have to be ready, get down your personal goals for the mentorship process. This person I want to mentor, to be my mentor, what do I want to achieve from the person? If you have your personal mentorship goals, it helps you direct the mentorship process. So I want to learn communication. Then it's taking a while, I'm not hearing from my mentor. Then you get in touch with your mentor. I want to learn communication. Are there books or sites you can recommend to me? You know your goal, so you know how to direct the mentorship process, and it goes on smoothly. So each and every one of us, know your goal, know who can best help you achieve that goal, and be ready to learn, be ready to avail yourself, and be ready to present yourself, as you mentioned. Some just come by themselves, they call, are you there? I'm ready to learn. Then they come to you. Others are at home that when there is work, call me. So you be ready
don't
to
know
avail
what they
yourself.
want. So I believe that because there was a call,
Actually,
they'll just like fill the form or something. Like before you come here, I want us to take a break. Then when
Okay.
we come, then I come to you.
Okay.
We'll be back.
My name is Sule Barika. I'm from Yawoko community. We came here for the Lead Decide program in collaboration with the Plan Ghana. As we came here, we learned a lot. We learned about self-determination.
My name is Dorita. I come from Guablaga. I came here for the Lead Decide program. And when I came here, I learned a lot of things. Things like I learned how to determine myself, know my weakness and strength. And I really appreciate and say thank you to Matter Inspire Foundation.
My name is Faisal Faiza. I'm from Gbanu community. We came here to learn about self-determination and self-weakness.
And due to that, we learn about our strengths and weakness points, what we know, what we like, and what we dislike in order to help other people. So thank you, Matter Inspires Foundation.
Welcome back. We're still helping ourselves to understand the importance of mentorship. Cynthia, you had something to say before we went on the break.
Yes, I wanted to say some of our colleagues join just because their friend is joining. That's why you don't see the seriousness in them. And some also just join because they've seen the link on their page and they just want to try and see what is that, how it's going
I
to
remember last
work.
year somebody was asking if we'll be giving them monthly allowance for coming up. So
like the volunteer before I became a volunteer to Sweden like this, they came they brought the lists, like if you want to join, like then my classmates, they were like, how much are they going to pay? I said, how can you be a volunteer and they'll pay you? Like you have to dedicate yourself and then avail yourself for them whenever they need you. So looking at the seriousness, the seriousness of the mentee, when I look at the situations, I think they don't actually know what they are doing and the reason why they joined the academy. So that's why there's no kind of seriousness in them when they are dealing with their mentors.
And see, the shocking thing is that, remember, I wanted to do some training in your school. I think some training bit I said, how much was it? Was it 20 cities or 50 cities? I've forgotten the amount.
Was there skills training?
No, I think it was a leadership training when I
Okay.
began the Matter Inspires
Okay.
Leadership Academy. I think it was virtual. I think it was 20 or 30. I've forgotten how much it was. And people are listening to you were charging. I'm like, at the end of the day, one, I need data to be able to research and even come and teach you online.
Yes.
Secondly, students, you say you don't have money. How much do you spend on data every
Yes.
week?
Yes.
You have money to go to your boyfriend's houses. You have money to go to parties. You have money to go to town. But just because someone, even Linda does these trainings and just 20 cedis, people don't go.
They are not
Yeah.
appreciating the value
The
of
value,
mentorship.
yes.
So we need to really talk about the importance and the success stories people are getting from the Mentorship Academy. We need to really
So
propagate
that's
that
the
to them.
final point I was coming to. Our time is almost. Give us at least 2 success stories, either from you
Okay.
or from people that you know,
Okay.
that out of mentorship has helped them or you yourself, and even those you have mentored.
Okay.
What are some of the success stories? Also, you. So let me come to you first.
Okay. Earlier, I mentioned some success stories, like people, how they benefited from the academy. One success story Sweden can proudly boast of after rolling out this Mentorship Academy in 2021 is the yearly increase in participation from both mentorship and mentee side. It has made us realize that there is really a demand from the youth to be mentored.
Yeah.
And there is also, we also have young women or young people with the experience who are also ready to share with young ones, but they don't get people who are willing and ready to learn. So the yearly increase in our numbers is a success story to us. And this year during our orientation, we asked the ladies to tell us why they are here or how they got to know about the mentorship program and they're here. And one lady surprisingly got up to say that she looks up to someone, Nima Al-Hassan, who is the current Women's Commissioner of UDS Tamale Campus, that she's someone she looks up to. She sees the way she's confident and the way she's handling her position as a WUCOM, and it inspires her.
Okay.
So she approached her and asked her and told her that she wants to learn to be like her. And Nima said she was a product of this mentorship academy that has helped her to become who she is. So when the mentorship academy is rolled again, she would let her know so that she can join and develop herself. And when it was enrolled, she joined. When it was rolled out, she joined, and she's now currently part of the academy.
Nice.
So this is a success story from one of our mentees. Through the mentorship academy, she became a WUCOM, and she got access to some of our mentors who are leaders in organizations, most especially NGOs, and she's able to get in touch with them to help her with her projects.
Yes. Yeah, she got in touch with me as well. We've recorded some episodes of the reflection show in her school.
That's
yeah,
nice.
she wanted some of her, let me say, students to
Okay.
be on the show, and
Oh,
it
that's
it was great.
Yes.
And I see some of the things that she's doing herself.
So these are some of the but few of the success stories you can share.
Cynthia.
Yeah, personally, I've really gained a lot from the mentorship. I was able to organize a seminar for, the entire school, because the seminar was not only for the department, even though I was a departmental WUCOM, but I had people from various departments, and I even had someone who was from outside. The person was not a student. He said he saw the advert on Facebook, and then he said, oh, this person, I really want to meet him personally. Abdulhai Mumi was invited, so he said he wanted to meet him personally.
Nice.
So he came, and I was able to do this through the mentorship. Madam Janet, Madam Khadija, like they were all with me,
Supportive,
they were supporting me, they were advising me. Like it came to a time I was stressed, I was depressed, like
Planning event, huh?
oh God,
You faint and wake up. Hey,
Mercy.
Our
Our
story. about the
story.
event.
Oh my goodness.
I just lost hope, and I called Madam Khadija the D-Day, like she said, oh Cynthia, calm down, relax, it will be well. Then that one went, then we vacated, we resumed again. I said, okay, right now I did something for the entire school, I want to do something for my department girls. That one too, when we started, it was not only for the department again, other department joined. That was a bead training. So we trained the ladies how to make necklace, bags, slippers, anything made of bead, we were able to learn. And all was able to, it was able to be successful just because I had people to encourage me, people to motivate me in
mentor you
whatever
along
that
the
I
way.
do. So all my success stories was based or is based on the mentorship that I joined, and I'm really grateful. Like if if they ask me to pay Swida, I can't really pay. Like where's the money? But they've helped me. I want to say a very big thank you for whatever they've done for me and giving me this opportunity, able to open me up, like for me to know that like I have something in me that has to come out, and I thank God for that. I really appreciate them so much. I'm so glad.
You've said events. I remember, go over 2021. I was in my Youth Empowerment Summit at UDA. That time she was still the Wukong.
Yeah.
And then I think a night before the
A night to
event,
the
they
event.
almost cancelled
When
the
we were
event.
decorating the
When we were
place.
oh, say the story. If you watch my interview, I did an interview where I was interviewed on the show.
Okay.
Who is Martha in Spice? And I was sharing the story, and I was like, I think it was after 10 p.m. they called
Yes,
and said
after
that
10 p.m.
they want to cancel the Youth
registrar.
Empowerment Summit.
The registrar called in saying that due to
Coronavirus.
the numbers we are expecting
Oh my
of COVID,
goodness.
we can't have the program. And
It's not
we were
easy.
just decorating the
But you know,
venue
I
for
learned
the-
something from you, Mercy, where, you know, I was emotionally unavailable, you know, a lot of things. And I saw Mercy call the man, and she was just calm. It's like, hello, sir. Okay. The man was just talking. We're going to cancel. And I'm like, tell the man that we... Then Mercy was like, I don't know what happened. Later on, he was like, if there are any issues that come up, and I'm like, God, there won't be any issues.
yeah.
It was so tough. Even before then, we had issues with the venue.
Yes.
I don't know how that event came up. Like I can't explain how we finally ended up having the event.
Wow.
So I understand where you are coming from.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
of course, I also had other mentors who will call you and so don't worry. But it's like you feel like they are not in the shoe I am in.
Yes, yes.
So they don't
I
understand
understand you. Oh,
what
they
is
do
happening. You know,
understand you
after
very
that,
well.
my designer was also disappointing me. I had to leave
Yes,
UDS,
yes, yes.
go to Target to go and collect my
Yeah.
dress. I got home like 2 a.m. and the event was 8:30 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah. Wow.
I got home like after 3. I woke up exactly 8. I think 7 a.m. I got to the place 8 a.m. But thankfully, my team had already. And a surprise, no one called me. You didn't even call me to even say, "Have you woken up?" No, no one called me. But it's like I woke up so refreshed. So it's part of the
learning process.
Yes, yes. And it was a glorious event.
It was.
Yes, it was a
was
glorious
indeed.
event. We had, like, Charlie. 2021. This year, of course, we can't wait to have the Youth Empowerment Summit again. We are still planning and putting things together and see how it can happen. Come and sponsor if you want to sponsor us, Youth Empowerment Summit. August, it's coming live and last year was amazing. We had Bella Mundi, Joe Jackson, we had Madame Georgina Tarefiegbenu and Madame Felicia Edematipo. You are asking who is coming. This year, no one is coming. We know we are going to do our thing, but it's still going to be very, very glorious. Thank you so much for watching, and I believe that whatever nuggets that they have shared, and if you are in Tamale, Sweda is available to mentor you. Walk into their office and make all the enquiries. They are also on Facebook, Sweda Ghana, and they always open up the call for the next cohort. But even before the cohort opens up, you can walk into their office and even start your mentorship before the cohort opens up, because there is always so much to learn. I'll be back with thoughts. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Thoughts from Martha Inspires. Today I want to talk to you about what I have captioned, get a mentor. A lot of us are just living. We are just there. We don't have anyone to look up to. We think that we know everything by ourselves. A lot of us think we have mentors that we see on TV. Those are not real mentors, quote and unquote, because a mentorship is someone you should be able to see at his or her convenience. A mentorship is someone you can call, and not somebody that is not even in Ghana you cannot see, you cannot talk to. Of course, those can be our role models. Those can be people that we look up to. But you should have a mentor who can guide you, who can coach you in your day-to-day activities, in the things that you do. You need a mentor. If you are here watching me and you don't have a mentor, please get a mentor. Sweda Ghana is available to give you all the mentorship that you need. There are lots of other NGOs around that are giving young people mentorship. The Matter Inspires Foundation is also opened to mentor you. Not just me, but there are other people under the organization that mentors other young people. So anytime you're looking for someone to mentor, identify someone in your community, someone in your country, someone in your town, someone in your city that is doing something that you admire and want to be like them. That person can be your mentor. Please and please. The next time I see you, I believe you have a mentor. Thank you for watching. I am Martha Inspires. Do have a good night.